You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it though. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back?
Hello, and welcome to another episode. Alright, you can shut up already. Hey, it's gotta be done sometimes.
Hey, I didn't say anything.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Unfinished Business, where the rules are made up, and we don't make good enough points for it to matter.
No.
I'm Braden. I got Greg here to my right. I don't know who the fuck this is, but...
That is Chandler, and he is serving his punishment today. Finally was able to join us, and
yeah,
the pride is hurt.
Yes.
We got some nice makeup on, well, kinda, and then we got some lipstick, and he's having
honestly, he doesn't look much different than normal.
No, he looks about the same. So I mean, it's all good. So Braden, do you want to get into the ad read?
I mean, we can go ahead and we can go knock that out real quick. So this episode of Unfinished Business is brought to you by Crafts and Creations by Kane, your one-stop shop for personalized items that will both amaze you and have your friends and family asking where you got it. Click the link in the description to be taken to the business Facebook page, or simply search Crafts and Creations by Kane on Facebook. Make sure to join the group, look at her prior creations, or simply check out the decal right here, or the shirt that I have on right now. When you find something that you like, just message the group creator with your request and she will take it from there. Join the group today and get your creations
by Kane.
Alright, so do we want to do a little overview of what we're going to do today, or tonight?
Yeah, today we are going to talk about, obviously, today was the Kentucky Derby.
Best 2 minutes in sports.
Best 2 minutes in sports. We're going to recap that. We're going to talk about the NFL draft. Obviously, do our segments. On
this day in sports history.
On this day in sports history, the top 5. Chandler's going to do his NASCAR segment, all dressed up like he is. And it's going to be great.
And
maybe we might get into a little bit of controversy going on in Green Bay right now, too.
Maybe a little baseball to finish it off, too.
I forgot about that. So, we got a lot to go on.
Fun, action-packed. Well, I don't know about action-packed, but... I can punch somebody if that makes it action-packed, but...
we can punch the whole...
Hey, look!
Over there.
Punishment!
Yeah, punishment. You get punched in the face, too.
Encouragement.
Encouragement, my friends. Encouragement.
That's right.
Name the movie.
Cubs Retreat. That's why I said it.
Oh, let's go.
All right. So
that's
enough.
Get started.
That's enough. So let me go ahead and jump into the best 2 minutes in sports.
Mm-hmm. And I got
the Kentucky Derby.
So, the Kentucky Derby was today. Medina Spirit wins the Kentucky Derby after kind of a, fast start. Led wire to wire. Very, I wouldn't necessarily say shocking win for the simple fact that it's Bob Baffert as a trainer, who now has the most Kentucky Derby wins of all time. But the favorite, Essential Quality, finishes 4th. The horse that I had picked to win finished 9th, so, good times. But going from there, we got Mandolin in 2nd, Hot Rod Charlie in 3rd, and then Obesos in 4th. But it was a very, very good race for once. It wasn't just a clear-cut winner in the end. And it was really kind of a 4-horse race at the end with the top 4, and then obviously just, Medina Spirit kind of won, I think, by half a length if I believe correctly. But best 2 minutes of sports. Obviously, I'd rather be there than watch it on TV, but I'm not going to pay, $5,000 to be there. So,
it really seems like it's sold out really quickly. And I looked, and they already have the dates and stuff picked for next year's Kentucky Derby.
Yep. Well, and because my wife and I looked at getting tickets a couple years ago, and reasonable price tickets. You can get tickets for like what they call like the inside track, which when I looked up these tickets, you can basically go there dressed however you want for these tickets, and all it is a huge party. So, but to actually sit in like a reserved seat and everything like that, it's gonna cost you thousands of dollars.
So basically, you're gonna have to be a celebrity of some sort. So like a Jessica Alba by chance.
Well, and that was a whole other thing. I was watching today, and they showed one of the drinks they make at the Kentucky Derby.
The julep?
Yes, I forgot what it's called, but I'm glad you remembered.
I just know.
Yeah, and do you know how much those things cost?
Probably more expensive than a beer at a hockey game.
Try $1,000 per drink. Is what they were charging for this.
So basically, a drink and a hot dog at a hockey game.
I mean, multiple drinks and a hot dog, but yes. And I was like, that better be one damn good drink for $1,000. No offense, but
it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's the camaraderie and the atmosphere. Okay. It's what you drink while you're there.
Here's the thing: if I can find out where I saw this, they have exactly what's in this drink, and we can make this at home. It's Wooded Reserve. It's Wooded Reserve.
It's got mint in it.
Mint.
It's got club soda in it. Dude,
a little bit of cherry.
I've made this.
Oh, well,
I know how to make it.
Why are we not drinking this right now?
You didn't ask.
Oh, well, I mean, we can pause this and we can go and make this.
No, that takes too much effort.
Yeah, we'll drink it next time. But so that was the Kentucky Derby. Obviously, in my mind, I do not see Medina Spirit winning the Triple Crown.
No Triple Crown?
I think it's going to be just too many horses are way just competitive this year. I don't think the Medina Spirit wins the Triple Crown.
So, but you think that the next race, the winner is going to be a horse of a different color?
Sure, Raiden.
Okay.
I knew we were going with that, so I don't even want to respond. But sure, I do have to say the horse that looked the best though was the favorite, Essential Quality, because it wasn't like one of those just typical looking horses. It was like a black and gray. And I really enjoyed looking at it. Completely off topic.
Well, all right.
But, so we'll get out of the Derby. But we will be following along with the Preakness and Belmont. So,
which one's next?
Preakness.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, Preakness.
Perfect. Glad you know. Because I don't follow horse racing that much.
Well,
it'd be an easy way for me to lose money.
I did not bet on this race, and I'm glad I didn't because my horse sucked. So, good times. Better than my wife's horse, though. She picked Soup and Sandwich, and they finished last. So.
Okay. The names of some of these horses.
Dude, I can go through some of these horses' names.
I think that Bezos, that might have been an omen to Bezos from Amazon.
Midnight Bourbon, that's a hell of a name. Keep me in mind. Highly motivated, sainthood, like the king, Bourbonic. Hidden Stash, Brooklyn Strong, Super Stock, Rock Your World, if you know what I mean. Dynamic God. One, but yeah, I mean
King Fury.
They were scratched though. I would have picked that one to win.
Yeah, well, you would have lost.
I picked Known Agenda. That was my pick. I did not bet any money. Thank God.
I picked Medina Spirit to win.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
I did.
Okay.
I didn't pick any.
They were 12-1 odds, so you would have won.
They're 15-1 morning odds this morning, though.
Ooh, so if you would have bet $1, you won $15.
If I would have bet $1, they would have lost. That's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you in soccer betting. So
true.
So let's move on, Braden. What's the next topic we want to do? Or do we want to get into a segment?
Let's do this day in sports history.
This day in sports history. Let's go.
May 1st, 1884. Moses Walker is acknowledged as the first African-American player to play in Major League Baseball for the Toledo Blue Stockings.
So I want to ask you this question then.
Yeah.
So Jackie Robinson was not the first Major League Black player.
No.
Thank you.
Was not.
Finally,
Thank you.
people realize this.
Thank you, Braden.
Well, okay.
There was actually there was like a couple after. I want to say there was like
Well, yeah.
one or two
There's-
after
there's
Moses
plenty of
Walker
those.
that started.
Well, I guess
Jackie
when
Robinson.
people say Jackie Robinson, they're talking about actual like major leagues, not like minor leagues.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean,
still bullshit.
yeah. I mean, Jackie Robinson was first major as far as here.
I mean, yeah,
If you're like
Yeah.
with recent MLB teams
yeah. I give him credit.
or current, not recent. But let's see here. 1901, the Chicago White Sox, Herm McFarland, hits the first Grand Slam in American League history.
Oh, look at that! The White Sox making history.
Yeah, a couple of years later, they had another scandal, but
That's fine. Okay.
1908.
We don't need to talk about that. It's fine.
8 players.
Speaking of 1908, the Cubs like last World Series before 2010
Yeah.
or whatever.
And
year it was.
lastly, all these are actually baseball related.
I wonder why.
1906, the Philadelphia Athletics pitcher John Lush no
Who?
hits. Huh?
Who?
John Lush
Oh,
no hits the Brooklyn Superbas. Superbas.
Super bass.
huh? Interesting.
Superbus. Superbus.
Okay. We'll go with
We're
that.
gonna go with Superbus.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah. So that was on your day on
Was
this
this-
day.
Like, was that a major league team?
Mhm. I think so.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Better than the Brooklyn Trolley Dodgers.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, any team named Dodgers just, in my mind, can go.
Yeah.
Never mind. We won't talk about it. But okay,
That was on this day in sports
on
history.
this day in sports history, folks. May 1st.
Yeah.
This video might come out on May 2nd.
It will.
We're talking about May 1st. I mean, yeah, we're about 30 minutes till May 2nd. So this video will come out May 2nd.
So next little topic we'll get into is the NFL draft that happened
NFL
on
draft.
this last Thursday.
This past Thursday.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously, like we're just gonna talk about the first round and
First
probably first
10 for sure, and then maybe a few.
first 10 picks, and
Some
then we might
sleeper
get into
surprises.
like some surprises or some really good picks by teams. But the first pick of the NFL draft, in my mind, I think we both kind of said this last time.
Trevor Lawrence.
Obvious pick,
Yep.
probably best player in college football for the last couple of years, in my mind.
Now he's going to go to Jacksonville, and he's unless they go 17-0 this year, he's going to lose his first his first organized football game. He was undefeated in high school, undefeated
true.
at Clemson.
No, he's not undefeated against Clemson. No, he wasn't.
That's what I was told. That's what I was told.
He was not undefeated at Clemson.
It said that it was going to be his first professional loss, or his first organized loss. That's what it said. I don't remember
That's
my
pretty
source,
interesting.
but either way, doesn't matter. I think I am wrong, but
No, because you have to be wrong because they play. Because they like the last national
I'm
championship.
just going off of what I've seen or what I saw. Going off what I saw.
Because Alabama won the championship
Maybe
last
it's
year,
meaning like
and Clemson
when
made
he's
the
playing.
college playoff.
I'm just saying what I
games
saw.
he's physically
Okay.
played. He hasn't
No, like
lost.
he physically played in that game. Like they lost to Alabama.
Either way,
Oh well.
still he's lost like 2.
Okay,
he's
that's
lost.
fine.
He's lost like 2 football games maybe from high school and college.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
7 years.
Let's be honest. Just getting Trevor Lawrence is not going to help the Jacksonville Jaguars. So
It might.
he's going to lose. I mean, it might, but I mean, they're going to lose a lot more games than just one.
New York Jets at number 2 pick Zach Wilson out of BYU.
Yeah, I mean,
The Jets need a lot more help than that.
the Jets need a quarterback, I guess, but Zach Wilson, welcome to where your career's going to die. So have fun.
Yep.
I don't even want to talk about the Jets anymore. San Francisco 49ers kind of, in my mind, make a interesting choice.
No, I for sure say that.
I think it was the better choice of the quarterbacks left.
Yeah.
But Trey Lance from North Dakota State goes to San Francisco, and me personally, I think he has a chance to be Rookie of the Year.
Possibly.
I think the weapons he's going to have, the way he plays, and the system he's going into, he has a chance to be great right away. Will he be great? That's left to be said.
Well, I mean,
but he has the chance to be Rookie of the Year next year.
Yeah, I mean, but you also have to think though. At the moment, Jimmy's still there.
Well,
so I mean,
yeah.
If he comes in, I don't think he starts over Jimmy Garoppolo, because if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't start, he will.
Jimmy will start the year. I will say that Jimmy will start the year. So the only way that I see Trey Lance not winning Rookie of the Year is because Trevor Lawrence will start week 1.
So will Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson will.
Yeah.
I mean,
guess he will.
Jamar Chase later. Waddle will. Devonta Smith.
Yeah, Jamar Chase has to. Because the Bengals don't have AJ Green for now, right? No, they don't. Okay. So, yeah, Jamar Chase will start. But here's my thing. The Bengals did not address their number one issue, offensive line.
Yeah.
They didn't address it. So, will Joe Burrow be able to get the ball off to Jamar Chase? No. I mean, they maybe later in the draft they did, but I mean, at that spot, the Bengals had to take a wide receiver. I understand that.
Yeah.
But they also need offensive line help because Joe Burrow cannot keep getting hit that many times and expect them to win games.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he could very well win Rookie of the Year. I just think there's going to be more options that are going to have a full season compared to.
Yeah.
And it very well might be that Jimmy gets traded or gets released or whatever the case may be here in the next upcoming weeks before the season starts.
And there is, I mean, we'll get into this later. I know we talked about this. There's talk that San Francisco is in on Aaron Rodgers. So
true.
Will that happen? I don't think so, but
it's possible.
But moving number 4, the Falcons take Kyle Pitts, which I will say is a great pickup for them. The problem is what I have heard. Julio Jones will not be a Falcon this next season. They said cap room wise, they're not going to be able to afford him with the rest of their players. So
makes sense.
And it makes sense, but it's also like if you could keep a guy like Julio Jones with Calvin Ridley already and add in a Kyle Pitts, that is a hell of an offense. Especially when you add a guy like Todd Gurley at running back, which I know Todd Gurley was not good last season, and really the last season he was with the Rams he wasn't good either. But if he can come around, that's a heck of an offense. The problem is you still have Matt Ryan. So
I was going to say, the problem is you've got a $40 million contract in Matt Ryan?
Yeah, and ever since that Super Bowl where they lost to the Patriots, the Falcons have not looked like the same team.
No.
At all.
No.
And they have a new coach now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. But I think Kyle Pitts, that was a great signing for them.
Oh, yeah, definitely address the needs that they had.
Especially losing Austin Hooper last year.
Yeah.
They definitely needed a tight end.
Yeah.
Who
it wouldn't have made sense for them to pick anybody else.
Who could easily turn into a wide receiver. I know he's listed as a tight end, but he could easily be a wide receiver.
Oh, yeah. Very athletic.
Yeah, so... but moving to wide receiver, the Bengals...
Pick up Jamar Chase.
Yeah, and...
Is this the right pick here? In your mind?
In my mind, I feel like this was more of a pick based on who they have at quarterback. I feel like Burrow told them if Jamar Chase is available, he wants Jamar Chase because he had him in college.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the right pick for that team at that position? No. I feel like they should have went with Sewell.
Yeah.
Because they need offensive line help.
They do need offensive line.
So I feel like they should have went with offensive line, regardless of what they needed offensively. for wide receivers. If Joe Burrow can't get the ball off, you're not going to be able to use a talent like Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
But
he's a vertical threat, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you're gonna have time to throw the ball down the field. I mean, I could see. I could see where
he's a burner, but what I would say is he's definitely the best receiver in the draft.
Yeah.
He has great route running as well, but I mean, I'm an LSU fan, so I mean,
yeah.
But I would say he's more of a deep threat than anything at this point. Will he probably be taught and worked on with route running? 100%, because he's not going to be able to be that deep threat in the Bengals system at this point.
No,
with them not being able to get the ball off.
The only thing would be as if they had some kind of a plan to get offensive line help, maybe, and then they were just thinking, okay, Jamar Chase is here, we could take him, and then we have a backup plan for getting offensive line help, which very well could be.
I'll be honest, I did not look at their picks later in the draft, and they may have gotten offensive line help. But at that spot, truthfully, I think they still want to see well. But since they didn't,
they got Jamar Chase.
They got Jamar
Not a bad
Chase,
pick by any stretch of the imagination.
No. But moving on to another wide receiver, Jaylen Waddle goes to Miami.
That's exactly what Miami needs.
Exactly.
It's not going to put them over the hump by any means, but
here's the other thing:
a receiver.
Tua just gets with another receiver that he had at Alabama as well.
Jaylen, yeah.
Which was really weird that this draft had a lot of college quarterbacks who got their wide receivers back.
Yeah, because it happened again later in the draft.
Yeah, exactly, and it's very strange.
3 times just in the first round,
but it's also really cool.
It is really cool. Yeah.
Jaylen Waddle, I think, will fit into Miami, and he'll be playing week 1.
Oh yeah.
Especially with that wide receiver core, he'll play week 1.
He'll be a star receiver in that wide receiver core.
Yeah, and I hope that they're able to give him the ball. Is my big thing. I mean, Tua will definitely have a solid year next year. I mean, he played decent last year too. So
yeah, had the receiver he's familiar with. And
but now that he's going to be playing week 1 as well as Jaylen Waddle, it'll be interesting to see. Do I see them competing against a team like Buffalo in the division? No, absolutely not. But they will be better.
Yeah.
So
I'd agree with that.
But moving on to Detroit, personally, I don't think they picked the right player.
Yeah.
I do not think they picked the right player here. Because here's my thing. They lost Kenny Galladay.
Yeah.
They don't have a wide receiver. So you go offensive.
Maybe they're thinking the opposite of what Cincinnati did. They were thinking, okay, or maybe honestly they were thinking that Sewell was going to get taken earlier in the draft, and they didn't think that he was going to be there, so they kind of panicked. I mean, necessarily panicked, but thought, okay, while he's there, we need offensive line. Let's go ahead and pick him up.
Yeah, and it's very possible. In my mind, I mean, obviously, is Sewell a bad pick? Absolutely not. But when you have Jared Goff now at quarterback, you have no weapons for him to throw to.
Maybe they're thinking that with Jared Goff having a good offensive line the year that he played really well, if they get a good offensive line in front of him, it's going to do the same thing.
Maybe, but here's the thing:
he had Robert Woods.
Well, he had Robert Woods. He had Cooper Kupp. Yeah. The other problem with the year that he played well, he also had Todd Gurley playing very good running back.
Yeah, and he had a good backup running back, and then another good backup.
No offense, but that running back is Kerryon Johnson. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Kerryon Johnson. I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. And their best wide receiver at this point might be Danny Amendola.
He retired.
Yeah. So, yeah. The Lions need help. And is an offensive lineman going to help them all too much? It might protect them, but is it going to help them get the ball to people? Absolutely.
I mean, might help them get the ball off, but
I will tell you this.
With good hands, it's going to catch the ball.
I will tell you this: if you thought Jared Goff was bad with the Rams last season, wait and watch him with Detroit.
I'm excited to see how he does and see how Matt Stafford does.
Oh, Matt Stafford's probably going to have a career year.
I'm hoping so.
I guarantee it.
Well, yeah.
But we will move on to defensive backs in the next 2 picks.
J.C. Horn.
J.C. Horn goes to Carolina, and then Patrick Surtain II goes to Denver, which a lot of people who are Denver... I'll jump to the number 9 pick first. A lot of people who I know who are Denver fans were pissed off.
They wanted a quarterback.
That they did not take a quarterback.
They wanted a quarterback.
But what I have also heard, and will this happen? More than likely not. But I have heard that Denver as well is also in on Aaron Rodgers.
Who are they going to give them?
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because my thing is,
Denver doesn't have any.
you're not going to give up a guy like Melvin Gordon. You're not going to give up a guy like Jared Jeudy.
Oh.
So you don't have anybody you're going to be able to trade back.
Yeah.
Unless you're trading your first round picks for the next 4 years, there is no one that you're going to be able to give up.
Yeah. No.
So
I don't see that happening at all.
But J.C. Horn going to Carolina,
stays in Carolina, or North Carolina, South Carolina. But.
Yeah, I mean, he stays in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
That was an interesting pick for me. Good for Carolina to get somebody on the defense,
Yep.
but for me, their quarterback is Sam Darnold now, I believe, because didn't Teddy Bridgewater either get traded or
Teddy Bridgewater's the starter for the Saints now, I think.
So, my thing with Carolina is, should they have went corner? I don't believe so.
With 2 decent quarterbacks still on the board?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
not.
But, obviously they
see something in JC.
They did not have a good defense last year, so maybe they just thought we need the best defensive player out there.
Maybe, and honestly, it could be a situation where they see a player in next year's draft that they, or a quarterback in next year's draft, or an offensive player in next year's draft that they're gonna suffer this year and have a better defense.
Yeah,
their offense not be there, and then.
And
still
I'll
have
be
a decent
honest, Carolina's not going to compete next year.
No, so I mean,
which
very well could be that then.
It's very sad to say that with a guy like Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
On your team.
Yeah.
But you're not going to compete next year. Sorry, but. And then, obviously, we talked about Denver taking a corner, which they need quarterback help because Drew Lock's not their answer. But
and Elway likes him, but
yeah, Drew Lock's not your answer. Sorry, but they're not. And when you still have a guy like Justin Fields or Mac Jones on the board at that pick.
Yeah.
I think you have to take them.
I think a lot of people were really kind of expecting Mac to be taken earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean,
well,
I know
a lot of people
was looking at him pretty
a lot.
hard.
Yeah, a lot of people had Mac Jones going to San Francisco,
Mm-hmm.
and San Francisco was looking at him hard. So when they took Trey Lance, I think it basically just fell.
Yeah.
That
And
Mac Jones just fell.
Honestly, it might be a situation where where Carolina or Denver were looking at like a Trey Lance because they were thinking that he was going to drop, and then when they weren't there, they don't want Mac Jones. I mean, Mac Jones. I mean, he's going to be. I think he's going to work out okay, but I mean, are you really upgrading?
And we'll talk about where Mac Jones ended up. And
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect landing spot for him.
Yeah, but
Perfect landing spot.
But are you really going to upgrade very much? If you're Denver, moving from Drew Lock to a Mac Jones,
you're not.
But I mean, moving from a Drew Lock to maybe a Trey Lance.
Well, but here's the other thing: a Drew Lock to Justin Fields.
That's true.
I mean, that's why would you not take that? Take that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Do I think Justin Fields is going to work out in the NFL? Absolutely not. I don't personally.
We'll talk about him.
But we'll talk about that in here in a little bit. But the number 10 pick, Devonta Smith goes to Philadelphia, and I thought this was a great pickup.
Jaylen hurt.
A great pickup. Devonta Smith is going to be with Jalen Hurts
again.
Well, okay, yes, again.
Yeah.
Again, but he was only with Jalen Hurts for a year, because then Jalen Hurts went to Ohio State.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he gets to be with them again. And here's my thing.
Oklahoma,
Here's my thing. In that system, Devonta is going to thrive.
Yeah.
He's going to absolutely thrive. Oh yeah, I didn't mean Ohio State. I meant Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think he's your rookie of the year.
I can see it.
I think he's your rookie of the year.
I know that I said Trey Lance, but I could easily see Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
And here's my thing: if it's not Trey Lance and it's not Devonta Smith, personally, I think it's going to be Jamar Chase.
Yeah. Maybe.
Just
We'll
honest,
see
being
what
honest,
happens.
I think it's going to be Jamar Chase.
We'll see what happens with Joe Burrow being able to throw to him. But
yeah, and that's why I'm like, I don't know if I am going to pick Jamar Chase right now, is because I don't think they're going to be able to get the ball to him. But
quick slant after quick slant after quick slant,
curl,
yeah,
like quick, just those short little 2-yard passes. But
maybe do a little stop and go and just float the ball down the field, hoping to get there.
But I think Devonta Smith in Philly is going to be a fantastic like thing for his career.
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
But that is the top 10, and getting out of the top 10 and like just some. Not necessarily surprise picks, but like noticeable picks.
Yeah.
Obviously, number 11, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Justin Fields goes to the Bears.
Bears trade up to get Justin Fields.
Personally, obviously, does that help the Bears? Yes. Over Trubisky, 100%.
You think he starts day one?
Yes.
Okay.
I
don't know if he starts right out of the gate. I think they might give.
Okay, let me put it this way.
I think they might give Trubisky a week or two.
If he does not start out the gate, he's starting by week 3.
Yeah, I think that if they give Trubisky a week or two, and then if he's not performing like he did his first year, or first a couple games his first year, then I think he's out.
The only issue I have with Fields, to be absolutely honest, in a Bears system, do I see him being that accurate and really making a difference? I don't know. Now, does he add an element that Trubisky can't in his legs? 100%. I mean, when you run a 4.4 40, you're going to be able to be very mobile.
Quite impressive.
I don't know. Did the Bears get a steal getting them at number 11?
I think they did.
I think they did. The only thing is, do I think that he necessarily makes them, the best in that division? No.
Yeah.
I mean, will they be better? Yes, but will they win that division? Well, I guess it depends. Is Aaron Rodgers staying? If Aaron Rodgers stays, they're not winning that division. If Aaron Rodgers leaves, that division's wide open because Kirk Cousins is not going to lead the Minnesota Vikings to win many games. So, I don't know. Bears fans are super excited for it. I just want to let them know, like, don't
start planning your Super Bowl parade.
Don't start being super happy yet. I mean, he was good at Ohio State. Will that translate into the NFL? I don't know.
We'll see.
But I mean, obviously the next. I mean, I don't want to go down the order, but the next pick, Micah Parsons going to Dallas. I thought that was a great pickup, especially when Sean Lee retired.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, they needed defensive help.
Yeah.
Great pickup.
Sucks for Sean.
Well, yeah, 100%. But
I mean, all his.
But here's my
problems.
thing: when Jerry already thought that they were a Super Bowl team last year, adding a guy like Micah Parsons, okay. I mean, not gonna hurt.
No.
And do I think that he plays week 1? There's a possibility.
Oh, was Sean Lee gone? Yeah,
there's a huge possibility.
I think he does for sure now.
But moving on, the next 2 picks, I mean, both offensive linemen. But Mac Jones going to New England. I think that's a great spot for him to learn. The only problem is he's going to be learning. Okay, learning from Bill Belichick, perfect for him.
Yeah.
But learning from Cam Newton,
no.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. My guess is that they're going to give Mac Jones a year to learn under Cam Newton, and if they can trade for another quarterback, they will. If not, Mac Jones is the starter in his second year.
I think that I agree with you. I think that Mac Jones is eventually going to be successful in New England. I think that system is really gonna help him be the best that he could be. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to compare Mac Jones to a Tom Brady.
No, but he reminds me of a Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah,
coming out of college.
Yeah.
That's what he reminds me of.
And that's the thing, though, is that
and you could say maybe even a more skilled and battle tested.
Yeah, maybe
quarterback over Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, maybe.
There is talk, by the way, that if the 49ers can make a trade for Aaron Rodgers, that Jimmy Garoppolo may come back to New England.
No.
But here's my thing. You're already paying Cam Newton that much money.
Maybe you send Cam Newton somewhere.
You're going to be having Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going to bring in a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo? I know Belichick's very high on him, but that's my thing. Is if the 49ers take Aaron Rodgers away, mm-hmm. you either trade Cam Newton to a team that needs a quarterback, like Denver.
I think that's what they do.
But I mean that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't see what the point of bringing in Jimmy. Like I love Jimmy Garoppolo. I thought he was great in New England. Yeah. But if Aaron Rodgers goes to the 49ers, I don't see the point of making a trade to get Jimmy Garoppolo back when you already have Mac Jones as a backup and you have Cam Newton, who was terrible last season, but you're already paying him how much money to be a starter?
I think maybe the only reason that you do something along those lines is because, I mean, like you said, I mean, Mac Jones is a little bit reminiscent of Jimmy Garoppolo coming out of college. And, I mean, Jimmy did learn under Tom Brady for a couple years. And Jimmy is a good quarterback. I mean, for the most part. And it more lines up with what Mac Jones does. What Mac Jones does as a quarterback. 'Cause, I mean, even during Cam Newton's successful years in Carolina, he was a runner.
Yeah.
For all of his success, a lot of it was on his legs and not his arm.
Yeah.
Well, Mac Jones isn't going to have that.
And going back to the Mac Jones, and especially like the Jimmy G stuff, is Mac Jones is a winner, but you wouldn't necessarily classify him as like the most skilled player.
Yeah,
and which is just like
he played on good teams.
Which is just like Jimmy Garoppolo when he came out of college.
Yeah,
he played in FCS, I believe. He played at Eastern Illinois, I believe. And he was a winner. Maybe not the most skilled guy, but he was definitely a winner.
Yeah.
And I know that the Patriots are really high on him. I just personally I don't see, if you already have Mac Jones and you're basically going to use him as a guy that is going to come in and be, I don't want to say like the next like Tom Brady apparent, but like that's what they're basically classifying this guy as.
Yeah.
What's the point of bringing in Jimmy Garoppolo if you already have Cam Newton? Yeah. And I'm not a Cam Newton fan by any means, but if you're paying him that much and you already said like he's our starting quarterback, I personally don't see the reason of bringing in Jimmy Garoppolo back.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
And like we said, like this is all speculation. Will it actually happen? Probably not.
It's possible, but probably not.
I mean, I know Belichick is very high on Jimmy Garoppolo. He was honestly pissed off when they let him go.
Yeah.
Which, if they trade back, I feel like the 49ers really win that trade.
Just fleece them.
Because, I mean, they're already traded for him. And now you're going to trade back for him?
Yeah.
Like, you're basically just giving the 49ers what they want.
Yeah.
In my mind. Because, I mean, my guess is you're probably just going to give up the same amount that they traded for him.
Probably.
Or if not more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think. Well, another pick that I think really kind of is going to work out well for the team that drafted him is Kwity Paye.
Oh, yeah.
From Michigan going to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Solid,
I agree with that.
Solid pickup for Indianapolis. But the one that really surprised me, the big surprise for me, was Pittsburgh taking Naji Harris.
Yeah.
What's with that pick?
I really wonder if that's because James Conner signed with Arizona, that they just thought that they may need like another running back coming back. But
I mean,
I don't. Yeah, that was interesting to me.
By far, I'd say probably best running back. He's the best running back in this draft. I'd say maybe by far.
I don't even know about that though. What's his name? I don't know how to say
Travis Etienne.
Yeah, I personally think that okay, if you base it on college career, yes, Naji Harris was a better running back.
Well, I mean, and he went right after Naji Harris did.
Yeah, and he went to Jacksonville, which was really weird to me. That was another weird pick.
Well, Clemson matchup with Trevor Lawrence.
Well, but I mean, then again, I don't know if that's a good pick for them.
We'll see.
But my whole thing with the Naji Harris thing is I didn't think he was the best running back in the draft. I thought Etienne was better than him.
Do you think maybe it's just that Harris more matches up with the Steelers' style?
100%.
Like
yes.
with the James Conner.
Because if you look at the way Naji Harris runs, he almost, and I definitely not want to compare him to this guy, but in that system, he almost reminds me of like a Jerome Bettis type look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't want to compare him to Jerome Bettis because Jerome Bettis was a bust. But Naji Harris is a bigger running back who's very physical.
Yeah.
But the only thing I could see them using him for is a James Conner type back or a Le'Veon Bell type back, where it's more of like a run route, like a pass catcher out of the backfield.
Well, I think if they're looking for that, I think they'd rather go with Etienne.
Well, that's what I said. That's why I thought Etienne was a better choice.
Yeah. It is
what it is. I mean, but do you have any other picks that you thought were really?
No, not really.
Yeah, I mean that's the draft. And like we said, that's kind of just our recap of the draft. I think in my mind, rookie of the year, I'm going with Trey Lance, and if it's not Trey Lance, I agree it's going to be Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
And I think we both agree on that.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily the Trey Lance part, but the Devonta Smith is 100% positive. And after Devonta Smith, I would say
Trevor Lawrence has a chance.
Well, yeah. I mean, let me put it this way:
he comes in, starts week 1.
If you're starting week 1, I mean, you have a great chance. Do I think he has a great chance of breaking Tom, or not Tom Brady, but Peyton Manning's rookie record of interceptions? 100% also.
Yeah.
So
not necessarily a bad person to compare yourself to, though.
I mean, no, but I don't know if you want to break the interception record. But
That'd be really sad.
We will go to our next segment of NASCAR. We'll toss over to Chandler, and in the meantime, Greg is going to go get another beer.
Alright, so I'm going to be talking about the Geico 500, which was at Talladega this past weekend. The starting lineup was in first, Denny Hamlin, second, Joey Logano, third, Martin Truex Jr., fourth, William Byron, fifth, Alex Bowman, sixth, Christopher Bell, seventh, Ryan Blaney, eighth, Chase Elliott, ninth, Kyle Busch, 10th, Brad Keselowski. So, Braden, Anthony Alfredo started 30th.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad for you.
Yeah.
And then Greg's gone, but his favorite driver, Ryan Newman, started 2 positions ahead of your favorite driver.
But Alfredo is a better last name than Newman, so.
Yeah.
Still.
Newman's just a new man.
Still, somebody needs a pasta house needs to be the sponsor for Alfredo. That's just lost marketing.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So, on lap 8 out of 60 for the stage 1, Kyle Larson had engine issues getting onto pit road. No caution was thrown, so he just got lapped by the entire field twice, so he didn't even come back out until the next stage because there was no reason for him to come back out. On the final lap of the stage in turns 3 and 4, Denny Hamlin got hit, which then caused him to hit Joey Logano. Joey Logano barrel rolled 4 times before his car came to rest.
Oh.
Thank God he was perfectly fine. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm glad he's okay, but I'm also glad he wrecked.
Well, he's won how many races this year?
Couple.
Who, Logano? He's won, what, 2?
Yeah.
Well, good for him. He's still ain't gonna win a championship.
I mean, he might. Who knows?
That's why you race the race.
Yes.
No, it's why you play the game, but it's why you race the race in this case.
Yeah.
Yes.
Had to add that in there. Every podcast. It's why you play the game.
Yeah.
So the top 5 after stage 1. First, Matt DiBenedetto. Second, Ryan Blaney. Third, Chase Elliott. Fourth, Denny Hamlin. And fifth, William Byron.
Yeah.
In stage 2, with 2 to go in the stage, there was the first caution caused by Denny Hamlin again. He hit Martin Truex Jr. into the wall, which caused a chain reaction with Chase Elliott, William Byron, and Alex Bowman. Chase Elliott had an epic save backwards down towards the finish line, which he nearly drove it into traffic, but saved it by going backwards. So, yeah.
That's cool.
So, top 5 after stage 2. First, Bubba Wallace, first stage win of the year. Second, Brad Keselowski. Third, Michael McDowell. Fourth, Kyle Busch. And fifth, Ryan Blaney. In stage 3, with 34 laps to go in the last stage, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. spun into the wall, trying to enter pit lane. Again, no caution. At least I don't think there was, because they said that there wasn't over the TV, but it somehow got to NASCAR overtime after that, so I don't even know how that happened. The top 5 to start NASCAR overtime was Matt DiBenedetto in first, Ryan Blaney in second, Brad Keselowski in third, Kevin Harvick in fourth, and Michael McDowell in fifth. To finish the race, first was Brad Keselowski, second William Byron, third Michael McDowell, fourth Kevin Harvick, and fifth Kaz Grala. He started 38th, and he was definitely on the move. Anthony Alfredo beat Kyle Busch by 5 positions and got 12th. Ryan Newman right behind him in 13th.
Hey, you start before him, finish after him.
Hey,
Yeah.
all I gotta say is, of our 3 drivers, who finished worst?
Kyle Busch.
Because he's a loser.
Brad Keselowski is now tied with Dale Earnhardt at Talladega for wins.
Oh. Well,
So,
you know why that is, though, don't you?
no.
Because Dale Earnhardt died at
Yeah.
Talladega. Not laughing about that, but
Yeah.
I thought it was at Daytona.
no, that was Talladega.
But, I mean, still either way, his career was cut short,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I could have sworn it was Daytona.
no.
Look it up.
He is.
Because I watched the video and it was to Daytona Beach Hospital.
I'm pretty sure it was.
I'm definitely sure it was Daytona.
Back up. Whatever.
Okay, never mind.
Daytona.
It was Daytona.
Yes.
Well, you were right about that.
Yes.
I knew that.
Yeah, sure you did. Do you know why it was caused?
What?
Jeff Gordon.
No, do you know why it happened?
Because he wrecked.
He didn't have any of his safety equipment
Well,
correctly on.
no, dude, it was because they didn't have as much safety equipment as they do now. Also,
He didn't have his belts on.
well, they also didn't have as much safety equipment as they do now. They didn't have any of the
True.
safety
Yeah.
barriers on the walls,
True.
plus the car. I mean, then again, yes, he didn't have his safety equipment on, but back then,
That helps.
it didn't matter.
And it was also Dale Earnhardt.
It's the way that he raced, you know?
Very
If you ain't first, you're last.
We'll get to that.
I know you will.
All right. So
Wait, are you done with your NASCAR segment?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chandler, for your
You're
NASCAR
welcome.
segment.
So
Also, thank you for dressing up.
It was very hard to focus on this, like, looking at myself,
I know.
trying to
Yeah.
think of what I look like talking.
You look very, very gorgeous.
Well, jumping back into the sports world after that, we had some controversy going on this last week with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Good old Aaron Rodgers does not want to play in
Green Bay.
Green Bay anymore.
Yeah.
Well, according to sources.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has not publicly said this yet, but
I said it today.
Well, yeah, today he did, finally. But, in my mind, does it make sense? Yes. He has no defense. They focus all their attention on offense, and he has to put up, 35 points a game in order to compete.
Him and the front office just don't get along at all.
Well, and here's the thing. When you draft a quarterback, how high they drafted Jordan Love, you're basically telling Aaron Rodgers, hey, fuck you. Yeah. In a roundabout way, that's what you're saying. This is the guy who's going to replace you whenever you feel like, it's time for you to leave. And I think after last year, he just got to the point where he's like, you want to know what? Screw you guys too.
Yeah.
The problem is, if he's here's my thing. If he's chasing rings at this point, which at his career he should be, what team that is chasing rings needs a quarterback? Maybe San Francisco? Maybe. But
San Francisco's already contacted the Packers about Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly. And the Packers
went nowhere.
Well, and the Packers already said they're not getting rid of Aaron Rodgers. So in my mind, it's either A, he retires, and it's host of Jeopardy.
Yeah.
At this point. Or B, they decide to trade him, but they trade him to a team like Denver, where they know that just adding Aaron Rodgers is not going to make them a contender.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't see what other team he could go to that is going to actually be a contender other than San Francisco.
Yeah.
And if San Francisco just drafted Trey Lance, what's the point of trading for a guy like Aaron Rodgers unless you're wanting Trey Lance to learn under him?
I guess.
But in that same aspect, have Trey Lance learn under Jimmy Garoppolo. What's different? Okay, that's a huge difference, but
yeah. But it's basically gotten into just a standoff of the Packers don't want to trade Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers has publicly said that he's not. Yeah. He does not want to come back as long as Brian Gutekunst is still in the GMC.
Yeah, and my thing is, it's not like Aaron Rodgers does not have other opportunities. Like I said,
he was host of Jeopardy.
Yeah, like I said, Jeopardy. He did a great job as host. So if he doesn't want to play football anymore, okay, he already won a Super Bowl. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Take your job elsewhere, make millions, and say goodbye.
Like you said, everything seems to start falling apart whenever the Packers drafted Jordan Love. Like in the first.
Well, and here's the thing.
Not only did they draft him, did they draft a quarterback? They're like, okay, yeah, they drafted a quarterback. Like they were wanting to maybe set something up for after.
Oh yeah, it was like a second round.
They drafted him in the first round of last year's draft.
I can't remember if it was first or second round.
First round of last year's draft. You know what this kind of really reminds me of? The situation with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. Brett Favre wasn't ready to retire, and what'd they do? They drafted Aaron Rodgers, and they brought in Aaron Rodgers before Brett Favre was ready to retire. And Brett Favre still had a couple good years after that.
Could you imagine Aaron Rodgers going to the Vikings like Brett Favre did?
It just seems to
oh
be,
my god,
it just seems to be like that's what the Packers do.
Yeah.
Like I understand that they're an organization that doesn't like to lose. But at the same time, there comes a certain aspect where you have to be loyal to the players that have been there for their entire career.
And here's my thing.
Aaron Rodgers is loved by that fan base.
Oh, 100%. And here's the other thing. That offense isn't the problem.
No.
That offense with Aaron Rodgers is fantastic.
It's the defense.
But it's the defense. And they didn't address it.
When Clay Matthews left and I mean, just that year that he left, that defense downhill fast.
Well, and I mean, just look at last year. That offense, you have Devonta Adams, you have A.J. Dillon, you have...
You have Aaron Rodgers, obviously.
Well, you have Aaron Rodgers, but, oh my gosh, why can't I think of their other running back? Why can I not think of this guy's name? Aaron Jones. There we go.
Yeah. Him.
But you have Valdez-Scantling. I mean, your offense is fine. You need to add players on defense.
Yeah.
So when you're drafting this year, you need to go defense. And I think Aaron Rodgers finally just
had enough of it.
At this point, it's just he's had enough.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I mean, and here's my thing, he loves Green Bay. Don't let him saying that he wants to leave fool you. He loves being at Green Bay.
Yeah.
But he's also like, you want to know what? If you're not gonna actually help me out here, I can go elsewhere.
Yeah.
And at this point,
give me the help I need, or
and at this point in his career, why not? I mean, he's given Green Bay everything that they could possibly ask and then some.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, do I think that he should have been able to? I mean, obviously, that team should have been able to get more championships with him. Absolutely. But he has one, and do I think he should probably have 2 or 3 at this point? Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I think him with McCarthy was a good fit at the time being, but towards the end of McCarthy's time, no.
Yeah.
No. But we'll kind of get off the Aaron. I mean, do you have anything else you want to say about Aaron Rodgers?
No. It's just like I said. It's the same situation that happened with Brett Favre.
So where do you,
again.
I mean, here's my question: Where do you see Aaron Rodgers play next season?
I think he plays in Green Bay. I mean, I don't think that they'll figure out a way of getting him out of Green Bay. He doesn't want to retire. I mean, he's threatened retirement, but deep down, do I think he's going to retire? Hell no. And the thing is that if he was to retire, I mean, like you said, he could go and host Jeopardy. He wants to play football.
If he retires, he's retiring for 1 year, and he's going to pull a Brett Favre.
Well, he's going
to retire for so long, and he's going to be like, you want to know what? I'm coming back.
Well, because he'd have to retire for a certain amount of time to where he could buy out his contract. Because
that's true.
If he retires, if he was to come back, Green Bay would still have his rights.
Yeah,
under that contract.
And personally, I don't want to spend the time to look this up. I don't know how much longer he has on his contract.
Yeah. I mean,
but
yeah. So I mean,
me personally, okay. What do I see him do? See happening? He's not staying in Green Bay.
He's gonna play.
They're not because and the reason I say that is that they're not gonna trade him.
No.
Because here's my thing. What are you going to get for him at this point?
Well,
he wants out.
He wants out, and their asking price is way too high. Because I know that they were in talks with the Rams for a little bit, and they were asking for Aaron Donald.
Yeah, and that's
in the world, like, if you're in the Rams' perspective there, are you going to trade the best defensive player in football for the last 5 years? That's at a young part of his career for a player that's got 2 years left, probably.
Well, and not just that, but the Rams will look at them and be like, okay, we don't need a quarterback.
Yeah.
We already have Stafford.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have Stafford at the time, but they
okay. This is before the trade.
This is before the trade.
Well,
they got Matt Stafford because they couldn't get anywhere with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, in that case, I still would have been like, we're not giving up our best defensive player.
Not even just their best defensive player. It's literally best defensive player in football.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue.
You mean defensive player of the year?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You could argue other players, but yeah, Aaron Donald is. There's a reason why he's always the double teamed.
Sometimes even triple teamed. And somehow he still gets to the quarterback.
Yeah. So, in my mind...
What happens when you train with knives in the offseason.
In my mind, he is... Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, they were fake, but I mean, some of them were fake.
Aaron Rodgers will be on the Packers, and if he's not on the Packers, I see him just honestly taking a year off football. I mean,
see what happens.
I don't see them trading him.
Yeah,
I don't. So,
I haven't either.
but going on from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, we can jump over to baseball a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk about baseball and just kind of go through
Some surprises.
It's about the first month of the season. Some surprises on the top of the standings that we didn't personally have.
Boston.
Yeah.
Boston.
So we'll
17 and 11.
We'll just start in the American League East. Boston Red Sox 17-11, and I know the league. Personally, I had the Yankees at the top of this division, and they're 3.5 games back now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still early, but Boston has been playing
Red hot.
What is on the screen? That was weird. Boston was playing fantastic baseball. 17-11, and really just honestly raking.
Yeah,
at this
red
point.
hot.
So, that's a surprise for me. And obviously, I know Toronto's in second, and the Yankees are in third. I had Toronto, believe in third.
I think I
had Yankees, Tampa Bay, Toronto, and then I think I had Boston like fourth.
Yeah.
So
I did too.
Great surprise in that division.
Yeah.
Moving on, we'll go to the AL Central and Kansas City.
Yeah.
Who I had. Yeah, I know you're a Royals fan, Chan, but I had Kansas City finishing last in this division. So
let's go.
They are just a scrappy young team.
I want to say I think I had them third.
That somehow is pulling something together.
Yeah, 16-9. They're a game and a half up on the White Sox. The White Sox lost today, which whatever. But after the first month, the Royals are looking fantastic.
Yeah,
kind of like the Red Sox. Just great team.
Got it all together at the right point, right time.
A surprise in that division for me is the Twins.
Yeah.
9-16.
Yeah. They have been awful.
On a team that I thought were going to compete with the White Sox to win the division.
Yeah.
So, I think in my mind, this division, at least right now, is coming down to Kansas City and the White Sox.
And I think, honestly, the White Sox, I don't know if the Royals can keep up the pace.
No, and that's what I was going to say. I'm a White Sox fan, but the White Sox are a team that if they can figure out the bullpen, this division is theirs to win.
Yeah.
Because their starting pitching is only allowing 2.5 runs a game, which is going to win you a lot of games. But their bullpen, on the other hand, which I think we talked about this off the podcast. I think a part of that is Tony La Russa learning his bullpen. Yeah. And once he learns his bullpen, they will be fine because their run differential is plus 33.
Yeah.
It's not like they're not scoring runs. Yeah. they are fine. All they need to do is figure out this bullpen pitching, and I'm a White Sox fan. They will be in the postseason this year.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Definitely.
There's no questions asked.
Yeah.
And being a Royals fan, I mean, we start out great every year, and then we go downhill.
I tell you what, though, I think the Royals could.
Or we start out bad and keep bad.
They're playing good enough right now where I know it's the first month, so I don't want to say if they just keep if they just like stay above water.
Yeah.
Could the Royals get in the playoffs at this point?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Because
especially with Minnesota playing as bad as they have to start the year, for sure.
The only problem I see with the Royals is if the White Sox take them over in the division, they're gonna have to get a wild card spot, and I think the Yankees are gonna end up playing well enough to win that division. And if the Red Sox continue what they're doing, the wild card spot's gonna be tough.
It is gonna be tough.
But moving on to the AL West.
I don't think any surprise here.
No. I mean, and I think I had the Athletics win this division. Athletics win the division, 16-12. Houston in second, Seattle in third, Los Angeles in fourth. But the top four are all within a game and a half.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I have Oakland winning this division, but I think at this point in time, if they can figure out to stay consistent, the Angels have a great shot. A great shot. That's a great lineup. The Rangers in last, they're not going to compete. No. They're not. But I think the Angels could finish first or second in this division, easily.
Yeah, I think the big thing with the thing that Angels need to really figure out is what they're going to do with Shohei.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously he's a great hitter. He can pitch obviously as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, do you put him in every day and not have him pitch, or do you continue doing what they're doing?
In a roundabout way, and I think they had to have him pitch because they had no rotation really.
So do you have him pitch a game, give him 2 days off, and then have him play the field a day, and then give him another day off, and then have him pitch?
Yeah, well, and that's the problem is I almost would rather see them try to make a trade for another starting pitcher,
and then just let him play the field,
and let him pull a Rick Ankiel and have him play outfield.
Yeah,
because I think you like for his bat, you have to have Shohei. You have to have Shohei bat.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the American League. Yeah, they still have the DH, but after a day of pitching, however many pitches he throws,
yeah,
your arms are gone. Your hitting is not going to be where it is if you're healthy.
I mean, do you think that they have him pitch and then give him a day and then have him DH for the 3 days until he pitches again?
The problem is, I mean, with his bat, can you afford to take a day off and let him take a day off and not even DH? I don't think you can.
Yeah.
So I would almost rather see them use him in the outfield.
Yeah.
Where he's playing every day.
Yeah.
And okay, yeah, he might take a day off for maintenance or rest, but on a Sunday, where other teams are putting in there, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
I mean, the guy hit nukes. So
yeah, I mean, quite possibly. I'll be honest. There's a reason why he's in talk for MVP.
Oh yeah,
and as he should be, and we can get into that as well. I'll give you my MVP for American League and National League.
Yeah.
And National League might surprise you, but I think you're gonna understand my 2 cents on it. But moving over to the national. Well, I guess here we go. Do we want to just do American League MVP at this point right now?
Why not?
American League MVP for me is, and this is a hard one. I think you still have to go Mike Trout. As of right now, I think you still have to go Mike Trout.
Yeah.
I know that his team is in 4th, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't go Mike Trout, I think you go JD Martinez.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that's the way you go.
See,
as a White Sox fan, I'd love to say you're mean Mercedes, but okay, yes, he's had a great start. He's going to come back down to earth.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still batting .400, but he started the season off 11 for 11. So you know what I mean? It's
You can get out a lot of times in a row at that point and still hit .400.
Exactly. And I will say he's still raking.
Yeah.
But
I'm thinking along the same lines you are, except I'm gonna go. I think you pick Shohei.
And I was trying to say that.
I think that him having the dual threat of being a pitcher and being able to hit, it's not something that you see, and I definitely think that gives him an advantage. I mean, he does things that other players simply can't. I mean, he goes out and pitches, and then he'll come out. The next he throws. Well, I mean, he'll come in and pitch and throw 101, and then the next inning the next half inning he'll come up and he'll hit a 450-foot bomb.
Yeah,
there's not many players that can do that.
Let's not talk about what he did against the White Sox. Okay?
There's not many players that can do that.
No, and I was gonna say Shohei. The only problem is I see him kind of coming back down to earth as well.
Yeah.
And it's tough because I think that they are trying to do the best they can with using him as a pitcher, as well as using him as a DH or like hitting role.
And the thing is,
I don't know. I think with his talent, it's rare. I mean, the fact that he can be a I mean, in all honesty, he can be a Cy Young caliber pitcher, but also hit
be a Silver Slugger candidate for outfield.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and I mean, it's something that we've seen before, like you've said with Rick Ankiel, but at the same time, Rick Ankiel pitched, and then years later, after coming back, he became an outfielder and hit, and that's all he did.
And that's why I'm saying, like, Shohei, I feel like would have a longer career.
Yeah.
If he just took the outfield.
I think he would too. Yeah.
But would he want to do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. Probably not.
Probably not.
In all honesty,
the thing that really he has to do, and what the Angels really need to understand, is that they need to trust him.
Yes.
Trust what.
Yes.
But he also needs to be honest with the organization.
Well,
and being a former baseball player, like, I know how we are, and I know how. I mean, professional athletes are going to be a little bit different, but your coach or your manager comes up to you and says, "Hey, how are you feeling today?" "Oh, arm's feeling great. Never felt better."
Hey,
after throwing 130 pitches the day before, "Oh yeah, I feel great. I can throw another 5 innings."
I'll be honest. If the coach ever asked me how you feeling, even though my arm was numb, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm feeling great.
Great, fantastic. Never felt better."
Couldn't feel my elbow, but
yeah.
you know, I mean, I'm not gonna tell the coach.
As soon as he walks away and you go back to doing your warm ups, you're sitting there and you're struggling to throw 30 feet.
Yep. Exactly.
But, I mean, Shohei has to.
But the thing is, you want to play.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're not gonna be like, "Oh, coach, I feel like crap." No, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm good."
Yeah.
Whether or not you can feel your arm or not.
Competitive nature.
And if worst comes to worst, you put icy hot on, you take a couple ibuprofen, you're good.
Yeah.
Well, or in my case, you still feel numb, but you're still gonna play.
Yeah.
But moving on from the AL, and so I think we're kind of in agreement in a way.
Yeah.
I think my top 3 would be, in my mind, I would probably put Mike Trout, Shohei, and then JD Martinez.
Yeah, I'm thinking
in my
Shohei.
mind.
I think Mike Trout too. I mean, yeah. I think it's around the same. We're around the same thought process here.
Yeah. So National League, I would do. We'll get into the leagues first. Not MVP.
Yeah.
But National League, I was gonna say AL or NL East. We have Philly, Washington, New York, all tied for first in division.
Yeah.
And every single team is below 500.
Yeah.
Which is insane, but
yeah, I'm kind of surprised with the Mets. I've honestly thought that they were going to do better.
Yeah, and
especially adding Lindor to that lineup.
And I really wonder if it's more so the fact that, like we talked about before the season started, this division is going to be loaded.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a team like Phillies, the Nationals, Mets, and Braves all competing for this division, it's. I mean, there's a reason why these teams are, in my mind, under 500.
I'd agree with that.
Which the run differentials are.
Yeah.
It's crazy that the best run differential in that division is the Miami Marlins in last place. I mean, that should just go to show exactly how competitive this division is.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think the Mets were probably not necessarily favorites to win this division. I think
I would say favorites.
I think they were definitely expected to be doing better than what they are now.
Wait, and here's the reason why I would say favorites is the Mets were supposed to be a top 5 team in the league.
Yeah.
And you have them. I mean, okay, win percentage wise, they're tied with the Phillies, Washington, and everything else. But they've also played less games, so I think.
But that team to be below 500 though.
Yeah, I mean they are. But
and the thing is,
we'll get into this in MVP, and I'll kind of talk about it then. But I truthfully think that they have enough on that team where they're gonna get over the hump.
Yeah.
They have quite possibly the best pitcher in all of baseball.
Yeah. DeGrom.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, it's more so just the rest of the team coming around.
What's the deal with him not getting run support?
Well, that's the thing. His ERA this year is .9.
It's .51.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Even better.
His ERA is .51 in 5 starts.
And what's his record?
2-2.
Yeah. I mean, okay.
He's allowed 2 earned runs in 5 starts and is 2-2.
Yeah. So and we talked about this before the season started. Is you had to end a guy like Francisco Lindor. You still have a great lineup. Yeah. Why are you not scoring runs?
Not only is he, I mean, he's not allowing runs. He's not allowing base runners. He allows 1 base runner every 2 innings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's around there. His whip is .57. But
I hate to say this, for any Mets fans that are on here. I mean, I don't know if we have any or not, but it's almost to the point where you're wasting DeGrom's talent.
I mean,
and it would be nice to see him be on a team that is going to contend for a World Series.
See, but the thing is, though, I mean, they've won 8 games that he hasn't started. So I mean, It's not like they're just playing badly. It's just they don't play well when he pitches for whatever reason.
Which is crazy when you know like a guy you have on the mound is not going to allow him even a run.
Yeah.
At this point, you know what I mean? It's like all we need is maybe 1 or 2 runs and we can win this game.
Yeah, he's had 5. He's had 5 starts and he's had 5 quality starts.
Yeah, well, exactly. And he's and we'll get into this later, but in my mind, he should be considered highly on an MVP round. Like,
oh yeah,
he should. I mean, that's just me being honest.
But yeah.
So, but moving on to the Central, the Brewers are in first, 17-10. Cardinals in second, 15-12, and then from there it kind of gets under 500 baseball. Reds, Pirates, Cubs.
Cubs at the bottom of the division.
I'll be honest, in my mind, the Cubs at the bottom kind of surprised me. I thought the Pirates would be the worst team in the division.
Yeah, I thought the Reds would be.
But the top 2, it has not surprised me at all.
No.
I think we both kind of picked the Reds, or not the Reds, but the Cardinals and the Brewers competing for the division win. I thought this would be the Cardinals division to lose.
See, I've thought this whole time that the Cardinals and Brewers were going to battle it out for that. As a Cardinals fan, I think that they eventually will get it all together. They've had some struggles this early in the year.
Do you think it's more so the starting pitching that we thought was going to be fine for the Cardinals and has been subpar?
I think that's got to do a lot with it. Okay. I think also the bats haven't been there to start the year. For key players.
Yeah, I think the only bats that have really been coming around is, well, I mean, we talked about Tommy Edman has the most hits in the National League.
Edman, Arenado's hit well.
Edman, Arenado, and maybe Goldschmidt.
I mean,
Yadi's been decent.
I mean, he was above 300 for a long time, and he's got like 4 or 5 home runs already this year.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I know we talked about this before the season started. But when you have a guy like Matt Carpenter batting under 100,
I mean, granted, he came in the last 2 days and pinch hit twice and hit 2 3-run home runs. So
okay, 2 days of good hitting is not going to make up for the fact that he's batting under 200.
He's batting under 100.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, he did come in and hit 2 3-run home runs off the bench, which isn't easy. But I mean, yeah.
But
the bats haven't been there.
Let's be honest. Matt Carpenter should not be seeing the field.
No, should not be, and sees it far too more than he should.
Yeah. So I think in our mind, the top 2 definitely.
Brewers have played really good baseball, though.
Yeah, I mean, the top 2 is who we had competing for this division. I still think the Cardinals are going to figure it out, and they're going to win it.
I mean, Jack Flaherty.
Yeah.
He's had 6 starts, I believe.
I'll give you
6 or 7 starts.
I'll give you another name, Carlos Martinez.
Oh God. But Jack Flaherty's had 6 or 7 starts. He's 5-0.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's the bright spot. I mean,
he's their ace, though, right?
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. I mean, you've got Adam Wainwright.
Yeah, but Wainwright's in the later part of his career.
Yeah.
Not an ace. But
One thing that's really surprised me about the Cardinals, they don't have Jordan Hicks as their closer.
who's a closer? Though?
Alex Reyes.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Granted,
so Hicks is the setup now.
I guess. But I mean,
Interesting.
Granted, Reyes was supposed to be the next coming of Cardinals pitching. He was supposed to
Yeah.
be incredible.
See, but I think in my mind,
He's got 6 saves.
Yeah, I mean that's good. And then 6 of their 15 wins, but it's like I think I would almost use him as a setup role and have Jordan Hicks as the closer. In my mind.
I mean, I think their thought
maybe
process is that Hicks might be a little more wild. And then
I can see that.
At the same time, you want to be able to use Hicks in multiple situations where if they have guys on base late in games, instead of just bringing in the closer, they want to bring in, Hicks to strike somebody out, get a ground ball with his 105-mile-an-hour sinker.
That's true.
So, I mean, I think that really kind of played into that.
100 mile per hour sinker and then, a 91 mile per hour slider.
Yeah. But the 100-mile-an-hour sinker to have, a foot of movement, the sinker or the slider to have, a foot and a half,
and
2
then
feet.
you have a 105 mile per hour fastball. Yeah. It's good times.
It's pretty crazy.
But moving on to the NL West, we have the Giants 16-11, the Padres 16-12, Dodgers 16-12, and then the Diamondbacks and Rockies.
Wow.
So, in my mind, at the beginning of the season, I think we both picked the Dodgers to win this division.
Yeah.
So for the Giants at this point, the half game.
Hey, I told you, Giants. I told you the Giants.
You did, and I think honestly, I might have had the Giants in 4th. I think I had the Diamondbacks beating them in this division.
No, I had them at 2.
And I will say the Dodgers' run differential is still plus 33, which, can I just say something? Run differential wise, top 2 teams in the league, Dodgers and White Sox. Okay, not trying to rub that in as a White Sox fan, but White Sox. I'm gonna say it.
Still not winning their division.
I'm gonna say it again. White Sox
still not winning their division.
As of right now, neither the Cardinals. Okay, but
we are talking about the Cardinals. You're talking about the White Sox.
Okay, whatever. But in my mind, I'm going to be honest, Dodgers, they might be a half game back right now.
Yeah.
They're going to win this division.
Giants playing well, though.
They are, but
Giants playing well.
Here's my thing. The Dodgers are just loaded.
I mean, yeah, I don't think the Dodgers don't win that division. Giants playing well.
They are. And at this point in time, the Giants and Padres, I believe, are both in a playoff spot.
All 3 of them are. Giants are in the division, are leading the division, so they're in their spot, and then the Padres, Dodgers, and Cardinals are all tied for the second wild card, or all tied for the wild card spot.
Oh, the Cardinals are now a half game back.
Well,
but yes, essentially, they're tied.
All I'm saying is I predicted that the Padres weren't going to make the playoffs this year, and
I personally see all. I'm going to be honest. I see all 3 teams coming from that division. Personally,
so you're going to have the Brewers or the Cardinals not make the playoffs with a weaker division?
No, I'm going to have the Cardinals make it.
Okay, but you're not going to have the Brewers make it. Okay.
No.
With an easier division.
No.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, think about this. I'm gonna have 3 from that division, and I'm not gonna have a team like Philly or Washington make it in either.
Okay, I know, but I'm just saying you're gonna have. I mean, that's also another division that you have to keep in mind, though, is that you're also gonna have Philly, Washington, and the Mets battling for that. Or 2 of those 3 teams battling for that second wild card spot. You're going to have the Brewers and Cardinals that are going to be potentially battling for that second wild card spot, and then you're going to have the Giants and the Padres.
I think at the beginning of the season, I had Dodgers, Padres in that division. I had the Cardinals in the Central, and then I had
Mets.
Mets and Phillies,
Yeah.
I believe.
It was either Mets and Phillies or it was
In the
Mets
East.
and Nationals.
Or no, it was Mets and Braves.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was the Braves. Which the Braves have been a disappointment so far this year. To be
yeah,
honest.
but I'm still sticking by my pick. I still think Padres don't. I still think they don't make playoffs.
I'll be honest, it's very possible. Personally, I still think they do. I think they have way too much talent.
You can have plenty of talent. Look at the Angels.
Offensively. That's true.
I mean, you had whenever Pujols first moved over there, you had the two best players in baseball.
I think
Mike Trout and
I think Pujols is well overpaid.
Okay, but either way, you still had the best two players in baseball at that time, and Mike Trout and Albert Pujols on the same lineup, and they didn't make the playoffs for years.
Well, yeah. I mean, hell, Mike Trout hasn't been in the playoffs in how long?
I know, but I'm just saying, just because you have a star-studded lineup that can hit.
So, well, let's get into the National League MVP then.
Okay.
Who do you want to go first, or want me to?
You can go first.
Personally, I think DeGrom.
Yeah.
He might be a pitcher, but I don't think
DeGrom.
Like personally, I don't see another person that you can pick over him.
I think the only other person that you can really make an argument
Acuna?
for, maybe Acuna. I think somebody that you could throw into the conversation just because of his output maybe would be Arenado. With the number of RBIs that he's had,
maybe, but
he's hit rather well. But I mean, I think
personally,
DeGrom.
I don't think how you can't do a guy like DeGrom.
I mean,
a
0.51 ERA,
I don't care.
0.52 WHIP, 2 earned runs.
I don't care what your ERA is. Like,
that's what your record is.
Or not ERA, but your record. But it's like that is fantastic.
Fun fact: he also leads the Mets in batting average.
Interesting.
He's hitting. He's hitting 462.
You know that's okay. That's really interesting. Like when you have a guy like Lindor.
He is hitting 462 as a pitcher.
Okay.
That's better. I mean, obviously Shohei plays more and hits more. So that's going to play a factor, but he's hitting better than Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. But like I said, DeGrom.
I don't think you can go anybody else.
Yeah. So we will get back on the MLB topic probably in like another month or two.
Unless something big happens.
Yeah, unless something huge happens, which
it's possible.
Could very well happen. But we will move on to top five.
Top five.
Our top five segment.
You want to hit? You know what, Chandler? You want to hit us off with what it's going to be this week?
What's our top five segment?
Fictional sports players.
Yeah, the top five fictional sports players in our minds.
So whether it's from a movie, from a video game, from I guess a book.
How do we want to do this? Do we want to get into our top five and then do honorable mentions?
No, let's go honorable mentions first. You hit me with one, I'll hit you with one, and then we'll go with Chandler.
Do you have any honorable
one?
Do you have honorable mentions too, Chandler? Okay. I just want to make sure.
He had a couple.
Mentions.
So honorable mentions for me are
hit me with one.
Sanka.
Oh gosh.
From
Sanka.
Cool Runnings.
Yeah.
That's an honorable mention for me.
Okay. I mean, is that really a fictional character though?
He's fictional.
Based on a true story.
I don't think it's a real name.
Either way.
No, it's not the real.
Well, it's not my top five anyway. So even if it's based on a real person, like screw it, I don't care.
True. So one for me, Ricky Vaughn.
Oh, that's an honorable
wild thing. Yep. I don't think I have to really give a reason why for that.
I have Benny the Jet Rodriguez as my
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right.
That's a good one.
Hit me with another one.
Cole Trickle. You know who that is, Shannon? Oh my God. Days of Thunder, man. If you haven't seen it, it's a good racing movie.
I haven't seen it. I've been trying to find it.
Dude, it's a good movie.
All right, I'll hit you with another one. Cole. Rocky Balboa.
Ooh.
As an honorable mention.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
I got. How do you say his last name?
I don't know.
What?
Kenny.
Oh, Kenny Kawaguchi.
Yeah.
Off of
Backyard Baseball.
Backyard Baseball. That's a good one. Okay.
Guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So here's another one from me.
Hit it.
Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Honorable
As an
mention.
honorable mention?
Honorable mention, man.
And, you know, I'm gonna go with mine. Happy Gilmore. I have him as an
Yeah.
honorable mention as well.
Dude, I mean, Happy Gilmore is where it was at.
Yeah.
I couldn't put him in my top 5.
I couldn't either.
I have Henry Roland Gardner.
Rowan Gardner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rowan Gardner. Come on.
Roland Gardner.
I got the Gordon Bombay.
Okay. Yeah.
Which, okay, going off of that, Charlie Conway.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, this.
I got White Goodman.
Oh,
Dodgeball.
I don't have any
Dang,
more
man.
honorable mentions.
All right.
White Goodman.
White Goodman.
You don't have any more?
No.
No.
I could come up with 2 more.
All right, I got Dottie Henson.
Dottie Henson from
Yep.
League of Their Own.
Yeah, it's not based on a real person's name.
It is not.
The Dottie Henson's not. The actual person, yes. But Dottie Henson is not.
Yeah. Smalls.
Okay.
Say a lot.
Well, okay, but of that, I would have rather have gone with the catcher.
Hamilton Porter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like over Smalls. I mean, Smalls sucks at the
I mean,
beginning of
but
the
still.
movie.
I
Right,
mean,
yeah,
comeback
okay.
story. Come on.
It's a huge comeback story. What's
That's right.
your comeback story?
That makes
Number
me feel
6
bad now.
for me, Connor Banks, Mystery Alaska.
Connor Banks.
Connor Banks. That
All right.
freaking slap shot is where it's at, man.
I got here. You ready for my last one?
I'm ready.
Oh, Cal Naughton Jr.
Oh,
Cal Naughton Jr.
that's an honorable mention.
As an honorable mention.
Which means in your top 5 is old Ricky Bobby.
Oh, Cal Naughton Jr.
If Cal is in your honorable mentions,
Of
Ricky
course.
Bobby's in your top 5.
But he might possibly be. But we'll get there.
I'm gonna say more than likely.
We'll get there.
All right.
All right. Why don't you start us off?
You
with
start on
number 5.
number
Chandler.
5, Chandler.
Happy Gilmore.
You put him in your top 5.
Top 5.
Okay.
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 My number 5 is Dottie. Old Dottie Henson.
I can see that. I mean, I had her in my honorable mention,
Yeah.
but my number 5 is old Rick Vaughn.
Rick Vaughn.
Rick Vaughn.
Wild thing.
I mean, talk about a comeback story. He couldn't even
True.
throw the ball across the plate.
He knocked the head off the.
He needed those glasses,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. Once you have the glasses, 100
Yeah. 100.
well, 100.
Yeah.
Never mind.
100. All right. Hit us with your number 4.
Gordon Bombay.
That's a good
Okay.
one. I can see that.
My number 4 is Roy Hobbs.
What movie's that off of?
The Natural.
Oh, duh. Okay, I'm an idiot.
Don't
Yeah.
know who that is
Wow.
either.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
You
You,
need to watch
need,
that.
you need to watch that movie. It's a great
The
movie.
Natural.
It's a great movie. My number 4, Daniel LaRusso.
Yeah.
Karate
Karate
Kid.
Kid.
Which, okay, another honorable mention. Oh my god. What's his name? The guy who look at it. Johnny Lawrence. There we go. Johnny Lawrence.
Okay.
Number 3,
Yeah.
Yep.
Charlie Conway.
I can see that.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I would have Gordon Bombay over him, though. Personally.
You know who I'm taking over him, though?
Who?
Old Hamilton Porter.
Oh my god.
Number 3.
Hamilton the Bay Porter.
Hamilton Porter. I mean, there.
Forgot
You know,
about
that
him.
is true.
He's not even in my top 5.
I'm just saying, top, good baseball player, excellent trash talker, and then he
Good
goes.
with the babes.
He goes on to become a professional wrestler. I mean,
That's true. That
you
is
know?
true.
Hey,
I mean, what a
he's good
beast.
with the ladies.
That's true.
I tell you what. My number 3, though.
Yeah.
Even better. All-time leader in sacks. Bobby Boucher.
Yeah,
I mean, Mama says.
that's right.
But he's
Mama
number 3.
says
Mama says he's number 3.
he's not number 3.
He is, though.
Number
mine.
2,
Number 2.
I have Smalls from Sandlot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys probably disagree, but it's
No.
well, okay. The only reason I disagree is you have Smalls as number 2, but you have Benny the Jet Rodriguez in your honorable mention.
yes.
I mean,
Interesting.
the line from that movie that everybody remembers is "You're killing me, Smalls." Though
I
mean,
understand that, but
So I mean,
But Benny actually went to the MLB. Smalls was in the press box.
I mean, still, he was there.
I'm just saying.
He was there.
He
though.
was there.
You
That is
should
true.
know.
Number 2, Ricky Bobby, the other half of Shake and Bake.
I mean,
Absolutely.
at number 2.
Number 2.
I wonder what your number 1 is. That's a real question.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Rocky Balboa.
See, I can't put Rocky at number 2.
Oh,
I
dude,
couldn't put him
like-
there.
Think about this. He beat the Russian. He beat Clubber Lang. He beat Apollo Creed. There's 7 movies named after him.
We
I
have
mean,
all
Dolph.
7.
What?
Dolph Lundgren.
No, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I'm just telling you, like,
Yeah.
Rocky
I
Balboa,
have
man.
all 7.
Yo, Adrian!
Not even in.
True. Yeah.
That's sad.
All right, what's your number 1?
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. That's not
Oh
surprising.
my god, that doesn't surprise me.
My number 1 is Jimmy Chitwood. Hoosiers.
That's actually not a bad pick.
I mean, think about it. He doesn't play, they suck.
That
He
is
comes-
Pablo Sanchez.
He comes in.
that is very
He comes
that is
in.
very true.
Granted, the coach decided that he wanted to, or really didn't really decide. He got him going. But I
Yeah.
mean, he comes in. They win a state championship.
That is true actually.
The second he comes in, bang, turns it on.
Well, I mean,
There's not a basketball player
I mean,
in a
you-
movie that I would want taking a shot for my life more than Jimmy Chitwood. Kid
Who's
doesn't
that?
miss. Watch that movie.
What
Michael
movie?
Jordan in Space Jam.
No,
You
No.
you wouldn't want to have him.
Jimmy Chitwood. Watch that movie. Tell me if he misses. He doesn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
What movie is that?
It's Hoosiers.
Can I ask you a question though? Bobby Boucher in football. He comes in the Mud Dogs. Win the Bird Bowl.
They are in the Bourbon Bowl. I mean, I'd rather take a high school state championship over the Bourbon Bowl, but
I mean, that's true. It wasn't the national championship.
true.
So.
Very true.
But my number 1 is Pablo freaking Sanchez.
Pablo Sanchez.
I mean, dude, the dude is good at football. The dude's good at hockey. He's good at soccer. He's good at baseball.
obviously, yeah.
He's good at basketball.
He's
at
good at everything.
I mean, what more could you get out of a fictional character?
He's a 5-tool player for a 5
I mean, he's about this. He's about yay tall,
Yeah.
but he's a beast.
5-tool player,
Almost
5-sport
taller than me.
athlete.
No, he's probably shorter than you.
He's shorter than you, yeah.
Like, I mean, what more could you get out of a fictional character than Pablo Sanchez?
Jimmy Chitwood.
But I don't know. Pablo Sanchez didn't miss either.
Oh, he misses plenty. It's the user.
That's true, but it's the user.
It's
So-
the user.
It's not his fault.
So it's not his fault, but I mean, so I'm assuming that you missed a lot with it being the user.
How he's not in your top 5 is beyond me, though.
Because I've got Jimmy Chitwood.
But I understand that. But you're telling me that Dottie Henson's better than Pablo Sanchez?
Yeah.
Oh, bull crap.
No.
I call it BS.
Nope. Dottie Henson's there.
I mean, Dottie Henson's a great player,
Dottie
great
Henson's
hitter,
there.
but you got to put Pablo Sanchez.
I mean, she's a good catcher.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah. That's the way it is.
You know what they say about catchers.
They're good catchers.
I'm not gonna get into that. It's a PG show.
Well, on that note.
And on that note, we're gonna wrap this up today.
Yeah.
Braden, you wanna wrap up this song?
Nope. You go ahead.
Okay, well, stay engaged with us. Our other social media accounts are at the bottom of this page. Make sure you subscribe. Braden stare at them until they subscribe. Chandler, that's really creepy because you have a lipstick on. Please don't stare at people. They might get freaked out. But stay engaged with us, and as always, we will always have some more unfinished business. Thanks, guys.